All right, y'all, I'm back. And what I'm about to do is I'm about to make this cobbler as well as make this salmon. It's thawed out. I'll show y'all what I got from Aldi's. I spent $31. And what I got, $31.39. Hopefully y'all can see that. $31.39 at Aldi's. And I got some milk. I didn't need all of this milk, y'all, because I don't drink milk, but I had to get it for the cobbler. I got some orange juice. This is pulp free. It's just regular orange juice. It's made by Nature's and Nectar. I mean, they got off-brand stuff, but it still tastes good. I needed some raw honey. This was $4.99 for some raw honey, and this is a good deal considering. This is called Raw and Unfiltered. It's made by Berry Hill. It's a local honey. You know, honey is honey at this point. I got some more of my Italian sweet cream for my coffee. These are my Celsius sparkling waters that I get, and I've got 2 different flavors. I got watermelon, and then I also got what is this, mango lemonade. So I got 4 of these. They were $1.95 each. And then I got 6 of these iced mocha and caramel lattes. 6 of those. Hold on. 6 of those. And that's it. All of that was $31. So I don't know if I did good or did bad, but at the end of the day, stuff is expensive. I don't need these bags anymore. You don't want to keep a bunch of bags because they breed bugs, so I don't be keeping all these bags. So what I'm about to do is I'm gonna go ahead and we're getting ready to make the cobbler first, because I've been putting that off for a minute, and I'm gonna go ahead and make that. That's easy to make, it's quick, and I'm gonna show y'all what I do, how I make the cobbler. Let me put the stuff up first. Let me see. I got this cheese in here. Cheese don't even go where it was. But I'm gonna put my drinks up real quick. And I also need to make my lemon and ginger juice before my ginger goes bad. So I'm gonna make that today too. My friend say he's gonna come and get my table, which is cool. I love to know people with a truck. He gonna dump it for me. So that makes me happy. Definitely makes me happy. And put my juice and my milk up. I'm gonna leave that milk out for a second because I'm about to use it. All right, so what we're gonna do, put my honey up. So for the cobbler, right? I already knew what we needed, but I'm gonna show you my ingredients. The ingredients is gonna be 4 cans of the sliced peaches, but I don't have 4 cans, so I'm gonna use 1.5 of these cans. All right, then I'm gonna need a 1/2 cup of sugar. So I got my sugar. I'm gonna need cinnamon. Wait a minute. All-purpose flour. We just grab that. Baking powder and cinnamon. So I got let me find my cinnamon. Hold on. I just don't want to, I know what goes into a cobbler because it's so easy to make, but I just don't want to leave out an ingredient, so I always have a little list. I have my milk and then butter. Oh, and I need baking powder. I do have baking powder. Uh-oh. All-purpose baking powder. Or not all-purpose, but baking powder. Okay, so let me go ahead and preheat my oven to 350. Okay. And let's get started. All right, so it said that I'm gonna need a cup of sugar. So let me go ahead and measure out my stuff right now, right? I have a measuring cup, but I'm gonna measure out this is a cup, so I'm gonna do a cup of sugar so I can put these ingredients back up. I don't like all this stuff on my counter, right? All right, so basically this is an easy way to make it. They said for it to stay crispy, you can put brown sugar on top of it to make the dough crispy if you want. I've never done it that way, but I'm not against it. Definitely not against it. This is what loves feel like. I don't want it. I'm gonna wash my hands one more time, y'all. And then also, I'm gonna make my salmon because it's right here. It's thawed out. The problem is I might not have the right bowls, which I need to look for. And then I'm gonna put mine in a Pyrex dish. Yeah. So I'm gonna put mine in a Pyrex dish. And this one. All right, let's get started. So basically, I'm preheating my oven, and in a bowl, I'm gonna mix my peaches with half a cup of sugar and cinnamon. You have to drain most of the syrup first. So. Most of it. So I'm pouring these peaches in here. So basically, I'm gonna preheat my oven in a bowl, mix peaches, half a cup of sugar, and a teaspoon of cinnamon. Now again, y'all, I used to make this a lot. I just can't remember all of the, how I did it. I know it was super easy though. And I put this on the stove. So I'm gonna do it the way I know how to do it, because they ain't saying nothing about put it on the stove, stir it up, or nothing like that. They're not saying that. And that's what I want to do. Before I put it in the, they're not saying do that before you put it in the Pyrex dish. And I also need to melt the butter. So while this is cooking, because I'm warming up the peaches. See, that's what I would do. I would put it on the stove with the sugar, right? And let it, and just stir it a little bit. So I'm gonna do that first. This, right? They're saying to do it without it. I don't wanna do it that way. And then we're doing a half a cup of sugar. So you take a half a cup of sugar. It's about half of that. And you just kind of stir that, right? With your cinnamon. And I'm cutting up the peaches because we don't need to have them whole. I need cinnamon and a half a cup of butter melted. So I'm just gonna go on and put this in there. And then I'm gonna use my cinnamon. And so cinnamon calls for like a teaspoon of cinnamon. I'm just gonna, let's turn this down. Right? Stir together my flour, my baking powder, sugar, and milk. So I stir together my flour, 2 teaspoons of baking powder. So 1, 2. Y'all don't see this, so I'm sorry. My flour and milk and my sugar. And all I do is I stir this together until smooth. And y'all will see how I work this in just a second. So you stir it until it's smooth. I should whisk it, but it ain't that serious, I guess. This is to make the crust. So it's 4 cups of sliced peaches, or one big can of peaches. 1 cup of all-purpose flour, 1 cup of sugar, teaspoon of cinnamon, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and half a cup of melted butter. That's it. So basically now I am waiting on the butter to melt. I might do a little brown sugar on top. It'd be something different. Okay, the butter has melted for the most part. So let me just pull that out. All right. Here's the butter. And all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this, okay, and you pour it in here. It's gonna start cooking. Don't be alarmed. It's gonna start cooking, but that's okay, because it's flour and sugar, right? It's gonna start cooking. Pour that in there. Then you start to spoon out your peaches. And you just spread them out. Spoon them out, spread them out, spoon them out, spread them out. That's really it. They tell you to spoon out the peaches. And it's gonna fluff up and get nice and big because it's got the baking powder in there and all of that. Cinnamon, sugar, you know. And I want it moist. See it? I'm gonna take a little bit of my brown sugar and I'm sprinkling it with my hands because it's my hands. But you put it over here like that. That's what makes it crispy. That was just a little trick. See how the dough is fluffing up though? Okay, we don't want it too sweet, so that's enough. Just a couple of hands full of sugar, and then you put it back in the oven for about 45 minutes. Okay, this is what it looks like going in. And the flour's just gone, and the flour's just gonna rise up over the peaches. 45 minutes. Let's put my timer on. And there we go. So now, or until golden brown, 40 to 45 minutes. I'll check it at 40. Now I'm getting ready to make my salmon and rice, and you know, that's nothing. So I'll pick y'all up when it's done. Okay, y'all, it's ready. My cobbler is ready. It is ready. Let me show you. Hold on a second. I want to make sure it looks good on the DJI. Y'all see it's sitting right here bubbling, honey. It just came out the oven. It's still bubbling. And it looks delicious. So let me just, and I also finished my salmon. All right, let me see here. Okay, here we go. And I also finished my salmon. Let's see. And I'm gonna put this up close so y'all can see this baby. Ooh, it's hot. Ooh, there it is. It's too hot to hold. But this is my peach cobbler. It's a little brown because I have brown sugar on it, but I like it like this as well. And then I also made some pan-seared salmon. That looks delish. I made my dog his chicken gizzards, so he'll eat those. I'm gonna crush those up with, well, I'm gonna grind them up with some fruit, not fruit, but a potato or maybe some corn. And I'm getting ready to make my lemon juice and my ginger juice, lemon and ginger juice. But let's try this cobbler, y'all. It's delicious, it's crunchy. You know, I like it when it's like that. I probably could have made a smaller Pyrex dish, but that's okay. For those of you who like cobbler, ooh, 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 look at it, it's smoking right now. So let's go ahead and try the cobbler. Y'all, I'm excited for it. So let's try it. Father God, bless this food, bless the hands that prepared it, let it nourish our body and taste good. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. So he's gonna like it. My uncle always likes my cobbler, but the fact that I haven't made it in over a year says a lot. And I really don't like cooked fruit. I like the crust, but I don't like the cooked fruit. So here goes. Bon appetit. Look at it. Okay, it's hot. Already. He is going to love this. Let me turn off the oven. The crust is nice and smooth, but it is hot. Sweet. Ooh, tasty. This is really good. So guys, I'm gonna give him half. I'm not giving him all this. If you ever want to make a cobbler, put the brown sugar on top. It makes the crust crispy, I ain't gonna lie. That was a good idea. Oh, it's hot. But my rice is done. I got a lot going on. Y'all, he's gonna be happy. Woo. It's hot though. You can taste the butter in it. You can taste the peaches. You can taste the brown sugar. The crust is amazing. This might ruin my appetite, but oh well. All right. Let's go back over here to my rice. I made this rice, in chicken broth. I made jasmine rice in chicken broth because I like my rice sticky, but I also like it flavorful. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut up some tomatoes to go in it and some grilled onions. So I'm gonna grill some tomatoes and onions and put that in there. So it's almost like a yellow rice. All I needed was the saffron, which I don't have any of, but let's try it. Ooh, it's so hot. But instead of using water, I made chicken broth. When I tell y'all, it wakes up the flavor. It wakes up the flavor. I dropped some rice here. So my uncle has no idea that I made the cobbler, and I told him, I asked him to bring Prince home after he feeds him. So he's gonna do that. I need to transfer this rice. And I'm gonna cut up a tomato. I'll show y'all how I do it. I'm gonna cut up a tomato and cut up an onion. And I'm going to pan sear it real quick. And then I'm gonna add it to this rice. I actually don't need to transfer it until I do it. That makes sense. So hold on. Ooh, I don't know what I'm thinking. All right. So let's make room. Before I do that, let me do my dog's. I'm just going to grind up his meat real quick so that it's flavorful for him and I don't have to cut it up each time. So all I do is I just take it. It's just chicken gizzards in the air fryer. That's all it is. And then I'll add some might take a little bit of rice to that. I do that in corn, you know, but I don't think I have any corn for him. I got my whole kernel corn, but I'm not gonna give him any vegetables. And just take it, and it's already a little, it's not seasoned with anything except paprika, not paprika, but turmeric for his inflammation, if any, help with inflammation. And oh God, I'll start acting up on me now. I just made a shake with it. Move it around. It's almost grounded up. And when I do that, I normally just put it in a, see, and it's gonna go inside his food. It's like ground food for dogs. He's gonna love it. So let me put it in a bowl for him. And this will be his food while he's here. Yes, I cook for my dog. I don't know if y'all do or don't, but I do. Because, that's not the right one. Because he eats meat as well. I mean, he eats. I mix this with his cereal food. So it's not like he's just eating only meat, but it's like a little treat for him, you know. I got a couple pieces that haven't grounded up yet. And I'll put that back in there. But they tend to, you know, I've been cooking for him since I've had him, so. Me and my uncle. Cook for him. And like I said, it just goes with his cereal, his little kibbles. Not cereal, kibbles. I call it cereal. But he eats Royal Canin, the poodle version, because he's half poodle. And just makes for some good food for him, that's all. So I warm this up on a daily basis. He's got about a week's worth of food. And that's all that is grounded up, cooked chicken gizzards. That's all it is. So mix that with his kibble, or sometimes you can give it to him as a treat, just a little, it's like licking peanut butter, basically. This is his bowl. Okay, so now, y'all, got a lot going on. Actually, I don't, though. This was real easy. This is just a part of my meal prep. Let me see what Anthony said. He asked, was I coming in the office tomorrow? I'm like, I don't need to. If you were, let me know when you are this week. Of course. Let me go back to my DJI. Okay. So now what's getting ready to happen is I'm getting ready to saute my onions and tomatoes to go in my rice. I've already made the rice with chicken broth. That's how we cooked it for flavor. And rather than making yellow rice, which has a lot of sodium in it, I'm just going to make my own vegetable rice, if you will. But all I'm doing is I'm sauteing my onions and my tomato. I don't know why I be forgetting to say tomato. It's just not forgetting, but I just can't remember to say it. So this is only going to take a minute. So the one thing I want to do first, hold on y'all, I'm doing a lot. Multitasking. Okay. Onion, garlic, and tomato. So when your tomatoes get soft, it's almost like a stewed tomato. You can do a stewed tomato. But my tomato is getting soft. I'm not going to put it in a salad because it's soft. And I have cherry tomatoes in there, so in the fridge. So I don't really need these. These are going to go bad if I don't cook them. So I decided, let me just go ahead and saute. That'll just make it all better. Put it in my rice, and then I'll have rice and stewed tomatoes and onions. I know you probably hadn't heard of it. It's country. I'm trying to make this dollar go a long way, y'all. I'm not trying to throw away absolutely nothing. So I've got that tomato, and I'm gonna take this onion. Okay. That tomato and this onion. Right? And I could actually put other vegetables in there, I just hadn't thought about other vegetables, but while I'm on the subject, I could probably do that. So my goal is to just cut this up now. I do have a chopper, but for sake of time and less dishes to wash, because I already got the chopping board out, I'm gonna go ahead and cut my vegetables up, okay? So let's just get close here. And you cut them as tiny. I'm cutting mine as little as possible because I'm not a tomato lover, okay? Just so y'all know that I don't love tomatoes. But if you want to stew them and saute them and that type of thing, you can certainly do that. They taste good stewed. And I'm only going to use one. So, because I only have a cup and a half of rice to add it to. And this is jasmine rice that I'm adding it to. I should have cut my onion first because of all this juice, right? And I need to sharpen my knives. What is going on? Okay. Let's do this onion real quick. Let's do the onion, because I know my uncle will be here shortly, and then my friend that's supposed to be helping me with that table, he was on his way back from Augusta, so he probably gonna be pulling up too. I think he said he had to go drinking first, so at a meeting or something. So, and then I'm gonna let my grease get hot. So I'm using a little bit of olive oil, y'all. Just a smidge. You know how somebody make vegetable rice? That's basically what this is. I ain't gonna put no green peppers in it though. I mean, I got it too. I probably should. But, of course they all fell off the board, Lee. Of course. That's just how life works, you know. I'm gonna move them over just a little bit. I probably just should have moved them. But I was trying to do everything on this little bitty board. Just sake of time. And this is white onion, not yellow. I mean, it's yellow onion, sorry, not white. Sweet onion. So, and you saute it until it gets soft. So I'm gonna put my tomatoes in last. I don't really have any other vegetable that I want to put in there. I don't have any spinach or anything, but come over here. Okay, so let that heat up. Right. And I also want to add some black pepper, some no salt, onion powder, and garlic. Where's the garlic? I'll just put it back up here. Oh, here it is, garlic powder. So it's getting hot. So let's throw the onions in there. And throw that in there. So basically, I'm gonna throw my onion powder. Ooh, I just burnt my hand. As if I need it. Throw my garlic powder. I'm gonna throw my black pepper in there. And I'm gonna whisk and stir. Just gonna stir up. Onions smell so good when they're cooked. I should have cut up a garlic clove, but I'm not gonna worry about it now because it's too late. I'm gonna let that just saute. Just let them cook. I need me some water. Hot. Oh, so what I also add is a little bit of the salad and vegetable Goya. That's for flavor as well. Now, even though my rice was cooked in chicken broth, right? It's cooked in chicken broth and it's jasmine rice. I still wanted to add a little bit of this. This wakes up the flavor because it's vegetables, you know? So you basically want to just make sure that you have a little nice little saute going on. Let that cook. Let them saute. Let them saute. Now some people would be like, pour the rice over in here and let it all cook. And I could do that, but I think I got way too much rice. So it's probably not gonna work for me, you know? I've done that before. We could try it, but if it's an epic fail, then I'm gonna be mad. So let's see. Because it's sticky rice, you know? Don't try this at home if you're not sure of your cooking skills. I'm sure of mine. A lot of vegan people eat, you know, they try to figure out ways to spruce up and do something different in their kitchen. I'm gonna let y'all see it in just a second, y'all. Hold on. Do something different because they ain't eating no meat, right? I think that's enough. I'm gonna need this here. So basically, just having some rice and sauteed tomato. The pan ain't big enough, right, for me, but it's okay. And you can pour, if it gets too sticky for you, I've always used chicken broth, right? It's up too high right now. But you can always pour some chicken broth. This is like a everything kind of rice situation. Chicken broth. Just a little bit, because you don't want it, if you've used sticky rice, you don't want it to be, you know, and you add your stuff, you don't want it to stick and burn because you're frying it now, you know, you're basically frying the rice. But, you know, in this economy, you got to figure out ways to stretch your meal. So this is going to be rice and salmon tonight. You'll see it. It'll be so pretty. Presentation because of the red tomatoes, and then the onion just for flavor. Right? It's just onion and fried rice. That's all. Onion and rice. Now let's give it a taste test. I'm pulling out too many forks. All right? Oh my gosh. Let's give it a taste. Here we are. Bon appetit. It's so good. It's just tomatoes, onions, and rice, and chicken. So now it tastes like a flavored. Now it tastes like a flavored rice. You know what I mean? Now it tastes like a flavored rice. And that's what I was looking for, because that is all that I'll be eating with my salmon. So it'll be salmon, flavored rice, and that's it for the week. Or not for the week, but for a couple days. I could have put more onions in there, but it's fine. Y'all don't know about y'all, but I go through paper towels like I got a whole lot of money. I need to stop that. I need to stop that. Rice and tomatoes, a good combination. All right, now it's time for the transfer. Because y'all know me, I don't like to keep, I don't know if you know me or not, but I have my bowls so that I don't have to have all that in the fridge. I think you should transfer all your food once you cook it in serving dishes or bowls. I'll be back.